All right, everyone. Here's a second here. Okay, welcome everyone to Monday's live stream. Let me bring down the music here. I know it's pretty loud. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's begin right away. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good here. I think we're good. I think things are running smoothly here so far. I want to make sure one last thing. I don't know if things are showing up so far that I'm live. Hopefully. Interesting. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, awesome. I don't know what's going on here, but maybe it's due to the AWS shutdown or something, but things are not working correctly today at all. What the hell? Jeez. Okay, so let me see here, guys. Okay. All right, things are finally working. Okay, alrighty. All right, so let's finally begin. My God, I've been having some technical difficulties here. So, I mean, I guess since last night, there's been a plethora of technical difficulties for a lot of people out there around the globe due to AWS and Amazon, but that's another story for next time. Okay, so as it says in the description box down below, I want to focus on the main swing trade idea from this week's CFO Swinger Watch Report for the week of 10/20 or October 20th through 24th, which is Cisco, ticker symbol CSCO. And then I also want to go over Tesla and SNOW. So ticker symbol TSLA and ticker symbol SNOW. And specifically, I want to go heavy into Tesla tonight and give you guys kind of a outlook as to what you guys should be doing with Tesla before earnings, because since earnings is coming up very, very soon, and some potential actionable option trade ideas that you guys can choose as well. Okay, and some potentially some option strategies that you guys can use, some multi-legged option strategies to use if you're trying to play into Tesla earnings. Okay. So with that being said, let's first go over ticker symbol CSCO or Cisco as seen here. So the major reason why I've talked about Cisco and the reason why I was looking at it from for this week's main swing trade idea for this week's CFO Swinger Watch Report is that, well, from a technical perspective, it's absolutely textbook, right? We have a very nice textbook bull flag, albeit the this reaction that we got here in the past weekly candlesticks here. So from August 4th and August 18th, August 11th weekly candlestick, we had a massive move up higher and a massive move down. But fortunately, the price was able to come back down and basically start a nice consolidation range from $66 as the lower range support level to 69.50 as the upper range resistance level. And so this textbook bull flag has been forming since the end of June. So this is a 3+ month bull flag at this point. And so far last Friday, it showed extreme amount of relative strength and momentum, which is kind of what we expect out of these legacy value companies. For example, again, CSCO and IBM. These two are two leading value tickers that I like to take a look at, especially when we are looking for future or current sector rotations and even money rotations from leading to laggards or from growth to value. Those are the two tickers, Cisco and IBM, are the two tickers that I look at right away whenever I want to take a look at whether or not money is starting to move from growth to value and vice versa. So I highly suggest that you guys do that as well. And so far, Cisco, to start this week out, hasn't been a disappointment. Cisco, I already began a position today. And so far, this long position that I started out is aiming for, so if I go on the monthly time frame here, okay? So obviously that was a weekly bull flag. I'm aiming for 75 and eventually kind of a revisit back to the the pre-dot-com crash highs, or at least the all-time high sitting at 82 bucks flat. Okay, so it was 82.00 right before we had that dot-com crash, that huge crash, right, as the dot-com bubble popped, right, where all the IoT, Internet of Things, and other like wireless and broadband companies were absolutely getting steamrolled to the downside as people realized that the market valuations and share prices have gone way too crazy, right? It's gone bonkers. We had that massive pop in the next couple of months in 2001. Cisco has been able to at least maintain its current valuation. It has continued to convince investors and potential investors as well that their quote-unquote growth is sustainable, even though obviously this is more of a value company now at this point. And just from the perspective of how many sectors and different industries that they operate in, they're not really a concentrated company that's focusing on one specific sector or industry and focus on individual growth in that specific sector or industry. So I think that's the reason why Cisco can be a very good company to be in when we see such rotations from growth to value, right? And again, I've kind of seen this rotation from growth to value for the last couple of weeks, about 2.5 weeks or so, and it just kind of makes sense that I think we can. What's up? You made it. Yes, you did. You definitely made it. Okay, and I think. From just my own personal perspective and from what I've learned so far from this rotation from growth to value, specifically involving Cisco and IBM. Okay, again, these are the two tickers that I always highly recommend everyone to look at when we start to see these rotations, from these money rotations, specifically from growth to value. And I think from that perspective, I think. Even if, okay, so this is just a hypothesis for now, from a short to mid-term perspective, but I think in the next couple of weeks, or maybe even just to the end of this year, right? I mean that's short to mid-term at this point, right? We have 2 more months left, or at least, basically two more months left until the end of this fiscal year. I think we're gonna see continuous, slowly seeping in of money into value names. And I really think that you guys should really focus on Cisco for the next 3 to 5 years, because I've written this down in the report, and I gave my readers a very good, thorough breakdown as to my long-term future analysis on Cisco. But I'll give you kind of the general gist. There are a lot more juicy details in the overall top-down analysis on this 3-pager trade idea that I put in the report itself. And again, if you guys want to become a reader and read that, excuse me guys, you guys have all the opportunity to do that by looking at the description box down below and checking out that second link in the description box. Okay, so basically what I said is that in the future, in the long-term future, I think Cisco has a great opportunity to break up into different businesses and essentially bring about more, well, not just more, but greater shareholder value, and obviously be able to focus on specific industries in a much more concentrated way, rather than being so, spread out as one single company in different sectors and different industries. And I think it gives them more financial power as a company as well, and maybe even just a potential better brand, right? The Cisco brand, right? And Cisco was such a huge brand, a kind of a hyped up brand, right? Even before the huge market bubble that began in 1997, I think 1998, the dot-com bubble, and Cisco was just really starting to become a well-known name, a household and a commercial name, right? And I think they can have a potential to do that again, just by simply breaking up their company into individual companies. And for example, General Electric, I gave this example in the overall top-down analysis in the report, that General Electric was able to do this successfully very recently, right? They expanded, they went to, I think they broke up into 3 companies, right? General Electric Aerospace, General Electric, Vernova, I think that's the energy, and General Electric Healthcare, right? So, and they're doing pretty well, in my honest opinion, right? That they're able to concentrate independently in each single individual industry. And I think Cisco has a lot of opportunity to do that. And right now, Cisco is really just trying to focus on the new markets, right? Like cybersecurity, AI, and they have to do that, right? They have to focus on these growth sectors and growth markets, while being able to maintain the current business operations that they have in individual different sectors and industries, right, that they operate in. And so, I think for them to break up is kind of a better option for them at this point. To be honest, I think Cisco has every opportunity to do that now, which is the reason why I don't know why they're not doing it yet. But I think 3 to 5 years down the line, at the very least, by 2030, I think Cisco should definitely consider a breakup. All right. And again, if you guys want to know the full reason why, please become a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch Report. I can 1000% guarantee that you guys will not regret it by becoming a reader. If you don't enjoy it for the first month, completely fine. I can refund you guys your first month subscription. But again, not only do you get the CFO Swinger Watch Report when you subscribe and become a reader, you guys also get full access to the private CFO Discord community, where you guys can completely further your learn and earn trading system that I have set up with the CFO Swinger Watch Report and this private CFO Discord community that I have for you guys, right? So please check it out. I can, again, 100% guarantee you guys will not regret becoming a reader. And again, if you guys somehow don't learn anything, or if you guys don't earn any type of money through my ideas and just my applicable information that I give you guys and tradable ideas, then again, I can refund you guys for the first month, and you guys can just leave with amicable perspective on what we do here at Charts Focus 1. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of it for Cisco. Okay, so the next ticker that I really want to focus on tonight is Tesla. I know you guys, a lot of you guys were waiting on this one. So Tesla, well, this one it's also pretty interesting. Why? Because we have earnings. All right, we have earnings coming up on October 22nd, again, which is this week, which is in 2 days, and that is on Wednesday. And well, here's what I have to say. Okay, so if you guys are looking to basically get into Tesla right before earnings, I don't think that's a good idea. First of all, because again, I highly always recommend you guys to never gamble right before earnings or into earnings. And if you guys didn't have a position beforehand, then that's not good, right? Because you should always have some sort of cushion to be able to, again, to be able to ride out an earnings reaction before the earnings date, right? So as long as you went in at a technical entry point, for example, if you guys got in right at the breakout out of this massive wedge here over 355.50 or over 360, for example, that's a great technical entry point, right? And it's before earnings, right? Which is coming up in 2 days, and so that's fine, right? But if you decide to get in a day before or on the day up, because Tesla earnings comes out after market hours on Wednesday, then that's not good, right? You're putting a lot of risk on your trading account for no reason, right? It's much better to try to trade before, or excuse me, after earnings and after the earnings reaction, right? So, you know, that's the entire premise of what I'm trying to say about Tesla for this week. But if you guys have been holding Tesla for a while, and you guys have plenty of cushion to ride out earnings, hopefully, okay? You know, here's what I think heading to earnings, okay? So Tesla, I think a lot of the overall, well, let's first talk about sentiment. The overall negative sentiment that's surrounding Tesla is over. How do we know this? Well, obviously, the overall pivot that we saw since April has been amazing, because the price is literally inches away, just from a observation perspective, okay, from the current all-time high price print sitting at $488.54. Okay, that is the current all-time high price print, and I think there is a good chance that this earnings reaction could be to the upside. Again, this is completely 50-50, so take my words with a pinch of salt, okay? And don't take it too seriously, since my words can be completely wrong. But again, I'm also a little bit biased because I do currently have a swing trade position on TSLL, the 2 times leveraged ETF on Tesla, okay? Here we go. So this is the Direction Daily Tesla Bull 2 times leveraged shares, okay? And I've been having it since last week, and there is a chance that I might just let go of some option contracts. I specifically have an option position, and it's up I think nearly 10%, I think, at this point, which isn't bad. I mean, Tesla didn't move too much from my entry point, obviously, well, TSLL specifically, but I might be willing to at least, you know, allow at least 2 or 3 contracts, right? Let it ride out, right? Into earnings. That might be my quote-unquote gamble, since again I'll be taking some at least half off. So again, you know, 3 contracts maybe for well, I do have 6 contracts on TSLL, so yeah, I'll probably do half off, or maybe even more than that. Just let 2 contracts, or maybe even a single contract ride out. Again, I don't want to erase all of my profits that I've made so far on this swing trade so far, so yeah, that's what I would do personally. But anyways, for Tesla, there is every reason to believe that 500 is coming. Why? Because again, Tesla, first of all, really loves whole numbers, right? I mean, we use this 420. Again, it's kind of a joke number as well, but 420 has been used as a level of support and resistance multiple times in the past, even before the stock split as well, which is, again, feels like it was forever ago. I think it was in 2022, when or was it 2021? Was it 2022 that Tesla had its stock split? I'm pretty sure. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry guys, but I'm pretty sure it's 2022. Yeah, 2022. Okay, they had a 3-for-1 stock split. So even before that, that 420 whole number level was used as a level of support multiple times, and so far, the past couple of weeks, it's been used as a level of support. And so, I think the fact that we made it as a level of support again just clearly tells us that Tesla still focuses on whole number levels. And the fact that we're kind of halfway in between 500 and 400 here, since we've reached 450 multiple times in the past couple of weeks as well in early October here and late September. I think again, I think most investors, bullish investors, are really trying to aim for this $500 whole number level. Potentially using earnings as a catapult to find a reason to make sure that Tesla reaches a new all-time high, sitting at $500 at this whole number level. And again, even if it doesn't happen off of earnings reaction, we can still have a nice earnings drift up higher to hit $500. Okay, and for the fact that Elon Musk himself, I think it was on September 12th or 11th, somewhere between these 2 days, is when Elon Musk disclosed that he bought like $1 billion worth of shares. I think, I don't know if it's through options or I think it was for shares. And this is all at the same time where Tesla's board was ruminating about Elon Musk's potential $1 trillion package. Right, I think it's the CEO or the compensation package. And so, you know, from a shareholder perspective, this could be kind of good, or it can be kind of bad, but very, very good in a bullish perspective again. But just the fact that Elon Musk bought $1 billion worth of shares in between, I think, September 11th and September 12th, or the fact that he disclosed it around those 2 dates, is already a very, very good sign from... It's not just a good sign, it's a vote of confidence from the man himself, right? Whether you like him or not, from a political perspective, but from potentially... or not just potentially, but just solely from an investor's perspective, that amount in shares is kind of telling us what could potentially happen, could happen in this upcoming earnings date and this earnings report, right? And so I am kind of hopeful that potentially a Tesla can head up to 500, but overall, from a historical IV perspective on earnings, Tesla's not going to be moving that much to 500. I mean, just take a look at this, guys. Okay, so from today's closing price, and I'll just put it about here. Okay, if you go up all the way to $500, that's almost 12%, and I don't think the earnings, or I think it is I think it is 12% there. I don't think this upcoming earnings, I don't think they're pricing in that move. I think it's more like what was it? Like I think I saw it earlier. I think it was like 6%. I think a little over 6% is what they're expecting to see in this upcoming earnings. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong there, guys. So apologies if I'm wrong. But I might have read something else on some other earnings report, earnings reaction, or the implied volatility there. But overall, I really wouldn't mind if Tesla has a massive gap up, about 6 to 8%, and then it has an earnings drift up higher towards 500 as well. I wouldn't mind that at all. That might even be a more healthier way to move towards $500. Okay, so that's what I think about Tesla. And here's what I said for Tesla and the MM list, and the momentum mentions list. This is kind of the honorary mentions that I have for this week, solely based off of technicals and solely based off of relative strength and momentum, and bullish momentum specifically whenever I'm talking about long trade ideas, long swing trade ideas. But again, the tickers from the MM list are I don't go as in depth with the overall top-down analysis that I do with the main swing trade idea on the CFO Swinger Watch Report. But again, if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, if you guys want to see visually what this report looks like, please go ahead and take a look at the second link down below in the description box. Okay, it's down below again in the description box, right? I'm repeating myself so you guys can clearly find the link. It's the second link down below. Click on it and you guys can have 4 different tiers as to what you guys want to do to become a reader for the CFO Swinger Watch Report. And again, whatever tier you guys choose, you guys will also get the full access to the private CFO Discord chat room. Does that make sense? Okay, so again, if you guys want to look at the specific option contracts that I've recommended for Tesla, or at the very least what I'm looking at for Tesla, please go on the report. And if any of my readers are watching this now, either on the stream or on the replay, make sure you guys go back and read the report as well before earnings on Wednesday. Okay, so with that being said, okay, good luck with Tesla if you guys have been holding since this amazing technical entry point over 355.50, which is what we were looking at initially. And if you guys have been holding it, and if you guys have enough cushion, make sure you guys also shave a little bit off before earnings, since it seems to be that Tesla wants to run up into earnings at the very least, which is great to see. And you guys will have more room to take profits higher from your technical entry point. Even if you guys got in above 380, that's still a great entry point from a weekly perspective at that 380 resistance level. Okay, that's amazing. Again, you have a lot of room and a lot of cushion there to potentially shave off into earnings as well, and be able to take in the brunt force of the earnings reaction. So good luck to you guys out there. But I think there's a ton of shareholder value that can be realized if you go to $500. And again, Elon Musk has been doing things in a very good way for Tesla, as we've seen for the past like 7 years so far. So yeah, that is it for Tesla. And last but not least, let's go over Snowflake. This is the second ticker from this week's list. There's a key reason why I've included this in this week's list. First of all, let me go over the entry point that I provided for everyone for Snow. Okay, and that's over 242. And why 242? Well, let me just read it here. Okay, let me just give you guys the overall paragraph that I've written for my readers in the report. Okay, so this cloud software platform that provides foundations for cybersecurity applications is finally looking to move forward again because of that inside weekly candlestick that is shown here. This is from last week, right? And so if the price goes back down to retest that 232.50 previous resistance level again, excuse me guys, there is a higher probability that the price can break below that weekly 10 SMA right here. Excuse me guys, my god, I have hiccups. And so basically what I meant to say here, guys, right? So the price can break below the weekly 10 SMA if we do see a retest, because at that point, I mean, obviously you guys can see from this, from your own eyes here, that if the price goes down to this 232.50 level, my weekly 10 SMA is like right below it. So again, there's a high probability of that price breaking below this weekly 10 SMA. So I hope to see that the price moving away from that level this week. And so far we have been doing that, right? And again, it's just Monday, but excuse me guys, we have been holding above 242 really well. And we're not showing signs that we're trying to go back down to 232.50 because we have yet to break below last week's low as well. Okay guys, let me break my hiccups here for a second. Give me a couple seconds here, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. My apologies. I think my hiccups are hopefully gone. Okay. So as long as, well, hold on a second. Right here. We're right here. Okay. So either way, an inside weekly candlestick indicates continuation and the underlying trend is an upside trend. So as long as we move higher and stay over that 242 resistance level, we can push higher and over $250 and higher, right? So again, from a technical perspective, from a weekly perspective, time frame here as well, this is very good, right? We have so far back-to-back consecutive weekly inside candlesticks, and again, I honestly wouldn't mind if Snowflake decides to tighten up again this week and it stays within the range of last week's high and low price prints, because that will give us yet again another inside weekly candlestick, and that just shows that the price is tightening up very, very well and it's able to uphold over 242 on top of that, right? And as a cherry on top, it will also indicate that the price is still indeed very well in an underlying uptrend and is ready to have another leg up higher. So again, I really wouldn't mind if we retested 250, kind of rejected it again, because again, even if we did hit 250 and reject at this 250 whole number level, that will still be a lower high compared to the previous week's highs of 251.74. And again, why would we want that? Because ideally, if we do get another inside weekly candlestick, that'll be a back-to-back consecutive weekly inside candlesticks, and that'll provide a very, very strong statement that bulls are really ready to have this stock explode higher into the end of this month, into mid quarter 4, and maybe possibly even into the end of this year for a nice rally to high. Since SNOW, ticker symbol SNOW, has been a major software laggard for the last 3+ years, right? I've talked about this multiple times as well in the past and in previous reports as well. Okay, so I think there's massive opportunity for Snowflake here to try to gain the attention from the overall AI crew and AI investors that are solely focusing on AI winners and AI losers. And I think Snowflake has the cash runway too to continue to invest millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into R&D for their own in-house, AI software that they currently have. I believe they do. And I think Snowflake really has a good opportunity. Just like I said a few weeks back too, with Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM, they do have the capabilities to try to at least gain a footing to stand with the other AI tech giants that have really led the overall AI revolution that is underway right now, right? So again, whether it's through acquisition, AI platforms and AI, or whether or not they're making their own AI LLMs, right, large language models, whatever it is, okay, or whether or not they're collaborating or entering new partnerships with data centers, AI data centers, or even just those crypto mining companies that have turned into a hybrid business model that is half crypto mining and half data centers, whatever it is, right? I think Snowflake, companies like Salesforce and Snowflake here have a lot of growth to do in regards to AI. So please keep your eye out on this one. I mean, this one again, a major lagger software stock that has a lot of room to the upside. And if you start to see some air come out from the leading tech names like nvda, Meta, all these companies basically that have been seeing huge share price surges for the past 6 months, you guys should focus on these laggards, because you might be seeing some of that money flowing into these from leaders. You guys should be seeing some money flowing out of these leaders and into these laggards, right? Just like what I've discussed with ticker symbol CSCO, right? Cisco, where we might be seeing money moving out from growth and more into value, and kind of provide a balanced trading environment where we're seeing more money coming into growth, but we're still seeing a sustained amount of money coming into value like Cisco because of the fact that people are becoming a bit more cautious towards the end of the year and into next year, since there is already a lot of concerns about the overall market valuations and the overall market earnings, the S&P 500 earnings, and you know, all that good stuff. The historical trend of S&P earnings and whatever it is that people are trying to use, whatever factors or whatever data that they're trying to use to think about what are the potential risk factors heading into next year and what could potentially pop this current AI market bubble, right? So again, I've already talked about the potential market correction that I've really went deep in for the last couple of weeks and in previous streams. So make sure you guys go back to that on those replays. I've talked extensively about why I think a market correction could be here. Well, could be coming to the markets around mid next year. I gave plenty of reasons, plenty of data. And especially a lot more important and specific data in the CFO Swinger Watch reports in the past. So again, if you guys are watching this as just as a subscriber to this channel, or just you guys are just checking us out, make sure you guys check out the second link down below in the description box, where I go over what the CFO Swinger Watch report is, and you guys can choose from 4 different tiers. Again, the ball's in your court there at that point, if you guys are able to get down to that point in the website. But if you guys are really interested, if you guys want to join, you guys have those 4 different tiers that you guys can choose to become a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch report. And again, I can 1000% now guarantee that you guys will not regret joining the CFO Swinger Watch report and gaining full access to the private CFO Discord community. Okay. All right, so with that in mind, I will see you guys on Wednesday at the same time at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for always coming in, joining and staying and liking the stream down below. Again, the likes really help out with the YouTube algorithm. It pushes out my content towards people who aren't subscribed or people who are interested in the same things that we talk about here on this channel. And again, I really thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for always joining in and staying into the end. If you guys do that, if you guys are one of those subscribers and watchers of the stream here, and again, if you guys are just coming into this channel and trying to figure out what we do here, and if you guys like tonight's stream, or if you guys have liked any of my videos on this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well. But on top of that, make sure you guys hit that notification bell too when that comes up, when you hit that subscribe button, so that you guys know when I have uploaded a new video, or you guys can be notified when I am live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and good luck tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.